Hey guys, today we're going to be learning about coordinate geometry. We're going to start this unit off by learning about distance. So, what even is distance? Well, distance is how long something is or how far away something is. Alright, so the formula for distance is the square root of x1 minus x2 squared plus y1 minus y2 squared. So, what does x1 and x2 and y1 and y2 even mean? Well, x1 and y1 go together, and x2 and y2 go together. And these are your coordinates that they will give you. So once they give you these coordinates, you just need to plug in to the formula. So you just need to plug in your x1 and y1 and your x2 and y2. So x1 and y1 is the first point that you are going to be given. And x2 and y2 is the second point that you were given. And they're not going to tell you it's x2 or y2 normally, so you just have to figure that out on your own. Alright, let's do some practice. We're going to find the distance of this line AB. So let's find the coordinates first. So for coordinate A, it's going to be -3 and 2. And for B, it lines up with 4 and -2, so our coordinate will be 4, -2. And now we want to plug this into our distance formula. So our distance formula, we know, starts off with a square root. And then we need to figure out our x1s, y1s, x2s, and y2s. So we're going to do -3 as our x1, and 4 as our x2, and 2 as our y1, and -2 as y2. We also could have made 4x1 and -3x2. It doesn't matter. Now we're going to plug it in. And we have our y1 and y2, so we're going to put 2 minus -2 as our y2 squared. And then we're going to simplify. We know that -3 minus 4 is just -7 squared plus 2 minus -2. We know that's just 2 plus 2. So we're going to add that together and we're going to get 4 squared. Square root of that. -7 squared is 49. 4 squared is 16. 49 plus 16 is 65. Not 75, 65. The square root of 65 is what we need to figure out. So square root of 65 is 8.1. So we're going to move this, and then that's our answer. So let's move a little to get a little more space. And our answer is D equals 8.1 units. Alright, let's do another practice problem. So do this one on your own and then come back when you have your answer. Alright, I'm going to start off by writing the coordinates. So I have -5 and I have 3. And for B, I have 2 and -6. Then I know that distance always starts off with the square root. I'm going to label my x1s and y1s and my x2 and y2. And then I'm going to plug it into my formula. So it's going to be -5 minus 2 squared plus 3 minus -6 squared. And then if we simplify all of this, we're going to get the square root of 130. The square root of 130 equals 11.4. So our answer for distance is 11.4 units. Alright, let's do another one. Except this time they give us the coordinate points and not the plane. Alright, well, I'm going to start off my distance formula with a square root. And I'm going to label my x1 and y1. And my x2 and y2. For this problem, we're also going to write it in simplest radical form. Alright, now I can plug in my x1 minus x2 squared plus y1 minus y2 squared. Now I'm going to simplify. Negative 4 minus negative 1 is just negative 4 plus 1, which is negative 3 squared, plus 4 minus 1, which is 3. So square root of that. Negative 3 squared is 9, plus 3 squared, which is also 9, square root of that. 9 plus 9 is 18. Now we're going to do simplest radical form of square root of 18. Square root of 18 can be simplified into 3 times 6. 3 is a prime number, so we can circle that. 6 is not, and 3 and 2 goes into it. 2 and 3 are prime numbers. We can see that there are 2 3's, so we can bring it out to the outside. And our answer is 3 square root 2 units is our distance. Alright, so let's do this again. You get the answer and then come back when you have your answer. So if we plug it all in and do the whole distance formula, we're going to get the square root of 20. Simplify that into simplest radical form. Two 2's. So we're going to get 2 rad 5 units is our distance. Alright, so we're going to find the length of AB and CD. I'm going to figure out if they're congruent and how we know. So we're going to plug in our x1, our y1, and our x2 and our y2 into our square root, into the formula for distance. So 2 minus 0 squared plus 6 minus 3 squared. If we simplify all that, it boils down to the square root of 13. Then we'll do the same one for CD. Plug it in for our formula, so we'll do x1, y1, x2, y2. And we'll do negative 2 minus 2 squared plus negative 5 minus negative 3 squared. And that all boils down to square root of 20. So these we know are not congruent, so no, because they're not the same distance, so they can't be congruent. So no, they are not congruent. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. This was distance. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll catch you later. Bye!